live, stand, and speak their organic truth without permission or apologies. Welcome back, you all. These are just my opinions about secrets to seasoning gracefully. Whatever resonates with you, please feel free. Embrace it. What doesn't, trash it. Share it with someone who it can help. Are we tricking or treating ourselves? Oh, it's the worst thing to lie to yourself. There's a saying, don't lie to yourself. If you are one who really cannot see yourself aging without it being filtered, you are having a problem with the fact that we're aging. Regardless of how good we look for our age, there are things that you notice. Or we're comfortable with our age and the things that naturally and organically happen to the body. Doesn't mean that you can't exercise. Doesn't mean that you can't look good and, strive to be youthful and vibrant. Those aren't the things I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you can't really physically, publicly reveal what you look like. Are you okay with now looking the way you currently look? There's so many trends that force us to look back at how we used to look. These social platforms, filters, and all the things that are used to help disguise, help prolong the reality that we are aging. Are you tricking or treating yourself? Or are you treating yourself and embracing your age and doing the things that will allow you to be vibrant, allow you to have energy, allow you to feel good as you age, and to, still look youthful without feeling the stress of trying to hide or pretend or trick yourself into thinking that I look like this app, I look like this filter, I look like my old pictures. I can post all the old pictures when I look young, but the reality is that's not you. You got people who are even now dying. Rather than putting a picture based on how they currently look when they pass, we prefer to have them with a younger looking picture. Don't lie to yourself. If it's all fun and games and entertainment, okay, let it be that. But if the reality is you can't look at yourself and really be honest with the fact that you're aging and embrace the fact that you don't look the way you used to look, that's a problem. So we have to, at first, embrace the fact that we are seasoning. We are not the same young women we used to be. Yes, we may have the same energy. Yes, we still look good for our age. And yes, all those things are in place. But the reality is things are changing. The body does change regardless of how young you look. So the first thing I want us to do in this series of secrets to seasoning gracefully is embrace the fact that we're seasoning and not trick ourselves using filters and getting caught up in all these things that how we used to look, how good we used to look. There was another trend. They'll show how the older person used to look back in the day because they were fine back in the day, and they have these older pictures and then they show them currently. It's good to reminisce about how you used to be the hot girl back in the day. But if you still need to be that hot girl, that's stress. And the stress of you worrying about whether or not you still look good, the stress of you trying to be the baddie that you were back in the day, that's stress. And we already know what stress does. So you're defeating the purpose. I was at a wedding. I was sitting next to this couple. They had been together since they were in kindergarten. They've been married 54 years. And baby, when I tell you, the sister was a knockout. She was, I don't know how old she was. She was probably in her 70s, early 80s. I'm not quite certain, but she's a fitness instructor. One of her eyelashes ended up falling off. Now, I didn't see this. I didn't even notice this. She looks at me and she says, oh, one of my eyelashes fell off. I just pulled the other one off. And she really wanted me to confirm that she looked okay. And honey, who cares? Who would even notice? I hadn't even noticed. Knockout gorgeous, fitness instructor, and she's worried about some eyelashes. So the things that we are worried about in seasoning age at a time where you've lived, not to mean that you can't still look good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if it is stressing you, if the validation is needed, if you need people to always talk about how you used to look, or if you always have to, post older pictures to prove that you used to look good, baby, that is stress. So the first thing we have to do is embrace the fact that we are seasoning. We got folks that don't want to be called grandmama, auntie, even the names that we're being called. We want them to be grown and sexy, but not seasoned, not what we're like our grandmamas used to be, or like, we're old people. No one's saying you got to be old people, because to be quite honest, there were folk that we calling older that we don't want to be called, but they look good, and they didn't have all these filters, and they didn't have all this stuff to disguise. If you look at some older pictures of your aunties and grandmamas and them old pictures, none of those pictures had what they have now. Women are so stressed about how they look and having youth. So the first assignment is to embrace the fact that you are aging. You are a seasoned woman and you wear it well. And to use these apps and filter for entertainment and play is one thing, but if you get too caught up in it, that's stress. That's working against you. Stress is going to age you. So if you're stressing over how you now are getting older and how you once looked back then, and you're trying to prove that you still got it, let that go. That's the first secret to seasoning gracefully, is embracing the fact that you are seasoned and the fact that we all got to leave here. We all got to leave up out of here. On that note, I'm going to leave up out of here. Hopefully that is helpful. So I want you, as an assignment, as homework, to start looking at yourself without makeup, without covering, without anything that enhances what you look like. Really embrace that. Be grateful for the other things that you still have that are a result of aging, because you know what? I earned this. What are those things? What are some things that you've earned because you are older? Some things that you now know, some things that make you who you are, the better person. What are some of the lessons? Let's lean more on the lessons we've learned. Let's lean more on what we've learned from the past rather than how we used to look in the past. What have we learned from the past rather than how we once looked in the past? One more time. What have we learned from the past versus how we once looked in the past? Let's not trick ourselves into thinking that we really look like these apps that we see. Let's not trick ourselves into thinking that these apps and filters and all this stuff that we have to eventually take off at some point makes us who we are. We always say, I want people to put my flowers, give me my flowers now. Well, those flowers come with you sharing why you deserve those flowers. So if all we have is how we once looked, that will decompose, that will age. We face that we're seasoning, and we need to face the fact that we got to get up out of here. And it's okay to pre-plan and do that now. So I want to be an example. A couple of weeks ago, I did some pre-planning for my own death. I found it kind of exciting, actually. So I'm going to do an unveiling of what my wishes are and share with you what my plans are. This will serve as part of my wishes. I'm already recording it and sharing it with you while I'm here. And we'll do an unveiling. I actually have, I have the box here. It's not open, so I'm going to share with you what my plans are, and we're going to talk about that the next video. And maybe you need to do some pre-planning yourself. Hopefully this will encourage somebody to do some pre-planning. I am seasoned, and I like that. And I'm really loving it, actually. It's so many things that are so beautiful about it, about this phase of life. And I really believe that the first step is just really loving it, claiming it. And it's one of the secrets. It's not that it's not something that people don't know. It's just a title, secrets. So these are just things that I am discussing that I think are helpful for those of us who are aging, and for young people. Be more concerned about what you've learned. Have you learned anything? All right, goddesses, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for joining me. Again, remember, be peace. But if you have to be war, you be that too. So thanks for joining me, y'all. Peace.